What's going on, you Braapaholics? Welcome back to the channel. We have the Chevrolets here again. The hood's just not on it at the moment. I've been struggling really bad with the fuel pump. This is kind of a prototype. I am going to change it. I'm just looking for a new gas tank for it. I'm gonna make it way better. But for now, I think I finally figured out the issues. I kept blowing some gas lines internally. Apparently I wasn't putting strong enough gas lines on it, and this thing is running more PSI than I thought it was. Anyways, while I'm working on that, I got some pipe here, and it's time to put the sub frame on it, or it's not really a roll cage, but I'm gonna be putting some frame to the side of it here to support the plastic better and to support your legs if it were to tip. It definitely needs to be in there. So that's what I got. So I ran to the scrap yard and I found some pipe. I was gonna use square tubing, but I think pipe will be better. It's a little bit stronger, and it's what I had. So just kind of how this build's been. I literally have bought zero supplies for this, other than some PVC pipe for the air filter relocation and stuff like that. But otherwise, I've been using nothing but scrap metal on this thing. That's kind of the look it's going for. And once we get the roll cage done, I'm gonna test it and see how it is, and make sure that the gas tank's gonna work somewhat before I change it. But that'll be down the line. So once we get all the testing done, we are finally gonna strip it down, clean up all my welds and stuff, and then we're gonna paint it. This thing, in my opinion, is very ugly. Just the way just with the black and everything. So to make this even more ridiculous, I'm actually gonna paint this like Barbie pink, I think, just because I want it to be ridiculous. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna paint the plastics pink, and I'm probably gonna repaint the frame just with black or something, or purple. I don't know yet. I think purple would be cool, just to make it ridiculous. I don't really know if they make a pink Barbie truck. I'll have to look into that, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. Or I might just look for another body. I don't know yet. We're gonna run with this body for now. But anyways, we're gonna take the body off. We're gonna start fabricating the roll cage, and finally, hopefully, get this thing drivable. The plan was to drive this a lot this year, but it's just I just haven't had the time to do it. But right now, I do have some time to work on it finally. Now that the RZR's done and the Sport Quad's done and everything else is done for the meantime. So let's get started. So it is the next day. I ran out of welding wire, but went to Harbor Freight and got some more for the welder. So now we're back at it. I didn't get very far. Alright, so I got the subframe done, roll cage, I don't know what to call it. but it's holding up the plastic better and it's gonna help protect your legs. So I put some supports back here, came up and just made a square, and then I mounted it to the shock bracket here, and then also right here I welded another bracket down to the frame. So she's pretty strong. I don't have a tube notcher or anything, so they're not pretty welds, but it's functional. What I'm gonna do now is take some self-tapping screws, and I'm gonna just screw this plastic down to the frame, and it won't be so flappy anymore. We're gonna send it. We're gonna run this gas tank for a while. It is not pretty. It is covered up most of the time anyways, but if it starts leaking again, we're gonna rip this gas tank out and start fresh. I have a different method of how I want this to work, but that might be down the line. I just need to start driving it. Hopefully it stays working, functional. That's my main problem is the gas tank. The fuel pump kept blowing that hose, but I think I got that figured out now. Pretty sure that the front diff has got a seal leaking. So I'm just gonna kind of run it for a while until it gets really bad. We'll put everything back on and kind of take it for a little spin and see how I like it. Also, another downside, and I mean that's gonna be with any Power Wheels. I mean, this thing isn't designed for total comfort. So this is designed for a scrawny guy like me. Not if you're any bigger than me or got longer legs than me. I have short legs. This ain't gonna be comfortable. And another downside of this, until I get power steering on it, it's just the way it's set up. It turns hard, and when I have the 29.5 mudding tires on it, it turns really hard. And that's kind of the next step too down the line for trail riding and stuff. I mean, this thing just needs big tires just to make it look cool. These are like, I think these are 24s. So these are 24-inch tires, and it just doesn't look right with those tires on it. But probably, hopefully get some bigger tires on it down the line. Like I said though, then it's gonna steer hard until I get power steering on it. So there's just other things here and there I gotta figure out. I need a better way to mount these headlights in. Those aren't very pretty. They're just kind of screwed in and then sealed. But so it's still a work in progress. I don't know when I'm gonna paint this yet, so just kind of bear with me on that. I'm still debating. If you guys listen to the podcast, I stated I'm thinking about painting this pink and purple just for the ridiculous factor. My other painting scheme I was going to go with was the Braapaholic logo, which was this type of blue and orange. So I'd make the body blue and the frame orange. That was another thing I might do. I don't know yet. We'll get to that once we get to that point, but we need to test this out before everything is getting painted, just because I'm sure it's gonna break a lot. It's just the way it is.
Tomorrow.
Alright guys, so unfortunately we have to work on the XP Turbo. Not sure what's wrong with it. We took it out for a little cruise yesterday, and about 3 miles down the road I just lost all my boost, and it was running very sluggish. It stalled out. So not sure what's going on. I already checked the blow off valve and that seems fine. So I'm gonna put it back together and try to get it started up again and kind of double check everything now that it's off the trail. I'm really hoping that the turbo didn't blow up, but I'm hoping it's just a leak somewhere. But Brock said it sounded like it was whistling, like it was losing all its boost. So maybe the line's broke, but I gotta try to find it. So that's what we're doing right now. A little unfortunate, but I guess that's what you get. Well, I'm pulling the engine out again. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna check the head first. It's like once it gets to temp, it starts knocking real bad. So it's like something's not getting oil. I'm not getting any codes or anything. The loss of boost is not the problem. Something is wrong. So taking it apart, and so we'll go from there. Alright, so I got most of the stuff off. I took the valve cover off and I'm not really seeing any foul play on that. I really think the problem is on the magneto piston. That's what it sounded like to me. But I'm going to take the whole engine out anyways. So I want to inspect the crankcase as well, because something seems off of that as well. I'll take the clutch cover off, take all the mounting bolts off, and then the engine's ready to come out. Alright guys, so it's the next day. A little update of what's up with the engine. Well, it's obviously out now. I didn't state this before on the other videos, but I bought this rebuild kit from RZR Power, and I was assured that it was the right kit, as in the right bearings and stuff. If you don't know, Polaris, for whatever reason, they have several different types of crank bearings because their crank sizes can vary and stuff, which is kind of stupid. But anyways, so here's the main issue. I have it all apart. It's kind of a mess right now. So this is the rod. This is where the rod connects right here. The rod bearing goes there. That's not supposed to be black like that at all. It's not supposed to be that scored. So this magneto piston was on the verge of melting and whatever, so blew that rod, blew that bearing. All the other bearings, they're not in great shape either. They should not be this wore already. Why this one melted and not the other one melted, or all the others melted, I'm not sure yet. I truly think that I either got a bad crank or they sent me the wrong bearings. I'm not sure. So I'm waiting on RZR Power to get back with me. There's supposed to be a 1-year warranty on the rebuild kits. I don't really understand how their stuff works, because this rebuild kit that they sent me, it was all hot rod stuff. I don't remember what kind of piston it was. But none of the stuff they sent me was in their brand, so I'm not really sure how this kit works and how the other kits work. I know that's kind of what they specialize is in rebuilding stuff. But everything else is fine. The piston is a little bit scored, and the curtain is a little bit scored. It's a little surprising that's like that too. The cylinder and jug looks okay. I was second guessing myself when I put this in, but they told me it was all the right stuff. It's almost like the oil pump kind of failed too, but you would have think that all the other bearings would be melted like that. You know, and this one's perfectly fine, so it's not like I wasn't getting adequate oil. Well, this one might have not. This one obviously wasn't, or something was, or the tolerance was too tight. That's what it seems like. The tolerance is way too tight, because this one's fine. So something was wrong. I'm kind of waiting on that. So hopefully they email me back. It's the day after Memorial, so I'm sure they're probably behind on stuff. I'm sure a lot of people are contacting them. Very unfortunate. I paid like $3,500 for this rebuild kit, so I'm not very happy. And now it's put me back in 8 hours of labor. And so now it's sitting in here and not getting sold. So that's the scoop. I will update you guys what I find out and hopefully get this thing back together soon. So I was going to potentially race this in a week and a half, but probably not going to happen now. But Brock's going to be racing. I'm not sure about Cole yet, but we are planning on racing side by side. Did a small little mud bog just to have some fun there. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a rough month with content and things just going wrong, but we're still here. We're still going strong, and just keep at it. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.